The upcoming Caerphilly by-election is more than just a local contest. It's a potential earthquake for Welsh politics, signaling what could be a fundamental realignment of the political landscape. But here's where it gets controversial. While immigration dominates the national conversation, it's barely a blip on the radar in Caerphilly, where 97% of residents were born in Britain. So, why is it such a hot-button issue here? And this is the part most people miss. The real battle isn't just about seats. It's about the soul of Wales' political future. As Plaid Cymru candidate Lindsay Whittle steps out of his campaign office near Caerphilly Castle, he's met with a mix of cheers and jeers. Some shout, "Good luck, Linz." A friendly nod that feels like old times, even from strangers. Others yell, "Stop the boats." A slogan that feels out of place in a town where immigrants aren't flooding in. The boats aren't an issue here, Whittle points out. There are no boats coming up the River Taff, the Rhymney, or the Tywey. Yet, immigration has become the rallying cry for Reform UK, a party that's siphoning off traditional Conservative voters and those disillusioned with the status quo. Labour, which has dominated Caerphilly for decades, is on the brink of collapse. Unless the polls are wildly off, they're set to finish third, with either Plaid Cymru or Reform UK seizing the Senedd seat. Whittle, a local councillor for 50 years, is fighting for two reasons: to advance Plaid's cause and to keep Reform's divisive rhetoric at bay. Labour's tree has finally died, he says. The roots are gone, and it's dead. He's determined to ensure that the legacy of Heathen David, the late Labour member, isn't overshadowed by Reform's rise. But is Reform's popularity sustainable? The party's former leader in Wales, Nathan Gill, recently admitted to bribery charges related to pro-Russia statements in the European Parliament. Yet, this scandal hasn't dented their support. Meanwhile, a local woman's emotional plea during a BBC debate, where she accused Reform of making her feel unwelcome in her own hometown, went viral. She was later targeted on social media, accused of being a plant or worse. Yet, her story resonated with many, sparking conversations about Caerphilly's history of welcoming immigrants, from Polish and Italian families to Ukrainian refugees today. One resident poignantly shared, "My family exists here because my Black grandparents came from Jamaica and the American South. They fought in wars for Britain, worked in coal mines, and built this community. If they were less welcome today, what does that say about us?" Reform's campaign office is surrounded by businesses run by people with roots outside the valleys. A shop worker questioned, "Who will cut hair, work in shops, or drive taxis if not immigrants?" Labour, meanwhile, is scrambling to refocus the conversation on local issues: library closures, healthcare wait times, and the cost of living. Their candidate, Richard Tunnicliffe, has an action plan for every community, from tackling antisocial behavior in Lansbury Park to revitalizing Bargott's High Street. But is it too little, too late? A recent poll shows Reform leading with 42%, followed by Plaid Cymru at 38%, and Labour trailing at 12%. Here's the bigger picture. If Labour loses Caerphilly, it will be a devastating blow for a party that's dominated Wales for a century. Next year's full Senedd elections could see Labour lose control of the Welsh government, with Reform poised to make significant gains. This isn't just about Wales. It's a bellwether for the UK's political transformation. But here's the question that divides opinions. Is Reform's rise a necessary shake-up of a stagnant system, or a dangerous slide into division and populism? And what does Labour's decline say about the future of traditional parties across the UK? Share your thoughts in the comments. This is a conversation that needs to be had.